Welcome in, everyone. My name is Jane. If you're new here, I was just pulling out some cards to see what's going on in the ether today, and I I pulled out Awakening, number 20, Renewal, Enlightenment. I pulled out the Ace of Feathers, Mental Clarity and Foundation. The Eight of Pentacles here, the Bee. And when I first picked up this deck here, the Bee was on the bottom with the three crystals. I think it was three crystals. Anyway, moving on. When I picked up, and then at the bottom of this deck here is the Queen of Feathers, which is about perception and truth. This is about your intuition. So um the energy is like really high. Like I'm buzzing. Yeah, exactly, spirit. Like the bees, I'm buzzing. I pulled out this deck here, and I was splitting it 2 or 3 times, and it was bringing out words like pain, sadness, things like that. And then when I pulled out a few cards, it came out about ideation and about the peace and love in reverse. And it has like the lovers here on this side. So I think they're blinking. That's weird. They're breaking this down into two different readings within one, because I believe, okay, I'm just going to move on because I'm not going to get into much of what I believe in any of this, because spirit is like bringing this in for you. So I'm just going to step aside and surrender the reading so that the message can come clearly for you. So I believe what is happening here is the Lover's card does not mean just like something romantic. It could be any kind of relationship, friendship, um family type thing. um so I believe something has happened in this respect, and you're going through a lot of pain and sadness over this, because the love is in reverse here, and it's taken your peace from you. Because when we're in situations that it's familiar, there's a sense of peace in that, there's a sense of security in that. And then it came out on the bottom of this deck is mystery. So okay, they want me to just move some of this around here. Okay, hold on, Spirit. Okay, let me just move some of these tarot decks out of the way here. So they want the perception. So they want to bring some mental clarity to you about your foundation. They want to give you a different perception and of the truth. Okay. The Page of Crystals here is underneath, which is ideas and discipline. Now with the ideation, because they were bringing up to me about showing me other cards, such as things like you're not going along with the matrix anymore, like you're breaking free from that with this awakening. And awakenings are not peaceful. Awakenings are not easy. Awakenings are hard and make you sad. And look, that's the second time I split this deck earlier on temperance. And again, it's on temperance. It's about the balance. It's about bringing you back into your balance and harmony here. So now, like we're all put into this type of idealistic, matrix type thinking, you know what I mean? Like it's like the hive mind, you know what I mean? Like that's where you find, people that are similar to you, in the 3D world, but also in the spiritual too, you know what I mean? And this might be something that's all new to you. And like this stuff, you could feel like this is all like, you know, a mystery of some sort. But we're going to, I split that on that twice, the isolation in reverse. Okay, let's see what else here do I want from this card, Spirit? Is that it? Yeah, they're talking about yeah, see, I just split it again, and the balance is in reverse, and you have your temperance here, which is about balance, right? So you have this temperance card with balance, and then you have, this is what's going on, your balance. Because when you're going through an awakening, like this stuff it's rough stuff. It really is. Okay. So they want to help you start healing, to start finding your footing again. You're breaking out of this ideation, because that's what awakenings are for. They're to remove you from this type of indoctrination. So you're seeing the truth. You see different perspective. You're getting this mental clarity. And now you need to start a new foundation to build on this mystery. Oh yeah, I just realized, because these squares, and squares are all about foundations, right? And it comes right out under the Ace of Feathers, which is all about your foundation. Okay, there's a card in here that they want to deliver to you to help with your healing process, or something to that effect here. Okay, Spirit. What is it that this group needs to know right now? It's the healing that you're trying to recommend. Oh goodness, look at this. Purple, developmental clarity. Holy. And you get mental clarity right here. And purple is a lot about Saint Germain. He has a lot to do with cleansing and helping to remove all you can work with him like he's working with you, whether you're aware of it or not. He's going to be, now that you're in this type of energy here, this pain, and your peace is being disrupted, Saint Germain will help with this. Okay, yeah, I did just split it here. It's Cayenne, build your confidence, number 35. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, there's also a card here. They want me to read this because it has to do with the mystery, that this is something that you're not aware of. And this is a crystal deck that you can use this crystal for your healing. I mean, there's many things out there for you to use. Look, onyx, find light in the darkness, because you're so heartbroken, because you're so sad, and you're in a lot of pain. This will find light in the darkness. This will help bring you this light. Look, on the bottom, carnelian, channel your inner baddie. Okay. All right, Spirit. Okay, you know what? I keep getting receiving. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. I keep looking at this turtle and this big old ancient tortoise. Now, this is something that you have probably gone through before, and this is probably something that is like old, not as in like, well, I guess not so much like in years wise, but more in soul wise. And that, this seems like, because it's the tortoise above the piece here, I believe that this is going to be like a slow healing process for you, because you're used to being in this hive mind of ideation. Do you know what I mean? And that's where you had all your peace and you felt your love. But now with the awakening, with an awakening coming because of all this mental clarity. You have mental clarity twice because you have this going on, and your perception is different now. Your intuition is being tuned in. You're becoming tuned in with the frequency of a higher knowledge, a higher wisdom, a higher way of being. And with that, it's going to cause this type of, I feel, I was just told, like, kick the ladder from underneath your feet, or the rug is pulled out. That's how it came in. They want me to stop with this deck here and not go any further. And they want me to read these cards here. They want me to read this one right now. The Onyx. Oh, look at that. I opened it right to Onyx. How cool is that? Find onyx in the darkness. Spoiler alert. Life isn't all sparkles and tacos and fluffy little kittens. Well, we know that, don't we? Yeah, and you know what? I noticed that underneath the zebra here, holy moly. Okay, I just pulled it. This is the cards. Look. These are the cards. So you have Temperance, and then because I remember seeing the cat when they brought out Fluffy Little Kitten. I remember seeing the Jaguar. I think that's Jaguar, and a Jaguar, whatever. And then the tower was right underneath that. Wow, Spirit. Okay, so for the Onyx here, yeah, I tell you, this is a rough one for you. This is going to be a rough ride. I'm sorry to be the one to say, and I don't really like giving these kind of messages because, the messages I bring usually are about, your soul's evolving, and what you can do to increase your way. Oh, maybe that's why you were brought here, because this is like this mystery that you now are going to uncover for yourself, because you've broken away from this ideation, this matrix. You're broken away from it, and now let's see, this card doesn't even want to move. It's like it keeps tilting, like the mystery card here keeps tilting, like there's more for you. Like you could be like even turning your head at me right now, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you something, that your perception, your intuition is leading you. And you notice here, like you see the hive here, and then there's a single bee over here just doing their thing. You might feel like you're so separated from everything because, even the tortoise is alone. And, even this, I don't know what this is, mink or weasel or whatever, I don't know, is even like, away. It's on the other side of where it used to be. Where it was just like this little thing, and the ladder, the ladder, I keep saying ladder. The bridge is there for, what I mean? Like things were just easier. But the ladder, oh, Spirit, these are your new steps. This is your new, oh my goodness, your new way of being is what I'm getting. But I'm hurt. I heard, like, tell them not to fight it. Tell them not to fight it. Yeah, you know what? Getting yourself trapped in these upset, the sadness and the pain with the cards that were coming out earlier from this deck. Okay, so let's go back to Onyx here. That they want you to know. Okay, and because of both the little kittens, right? So it says here, and not to be a total downer or anything, but you're setting yourself up for disappointment if you expect it to be. Well, it's generally good to look at the bright side. The deep, dark energy of Onyx reminds us to honor the balance. Look at that, the balance between positive and negative. That is the reality of human existence. There's always some good in the bad, and some bad in the good. Instead of running from the darkness in your life, find ways to accept and embrace it as a temporary visitor. The shadows have lessons, and they can help us appreciate the light. Yeah, see, the shadow is all the pain and all the sadness of what has been left behind or has been forced behind, is what I heard. It's been forced. This has been forced. This is something that the universe has created. Like, well, I mean, really, like, it's, you notice how this card just keeps wanting to tilt? You know, your perception and your truth is not balanced. Like, and even the balance card came up in reverse. And then the other card was about balance. The temperance card's about balance. And look, and it's even above spirit. My gosh. Okay, so the purple 39. Again, if you don't know about Saint Germain, it's something that you might need to look into, because I know the world is really crazy, though I don't really know what's going on in the world because I don't tune into it. I tune into the collective. I spend my energy with spirit. I just actually, before this reading, did a reading for Jesus, and I actually just said that randomly, and his card popped out. It was kind of cool. Okay, so here we go. Purple is developmental clarity times 2, because that's what this mental clarity is here, and it's about your power and your perseverance with the cat above it, right? So this is all about finding the mystery of your, like, using your mental clarity to discover the mystery of your power and your perseverance. And then you can develop your mental clarity. You can develop your connection to spirit. And then you'll be in a whole different hive mind. You won't be like isolated. You'll have your own, you'll be drawn to the people that you resonate with and not the ones that you're leaving behind. Okay. Now, I don't want to scare you that, you're not leaving them behind as in they're never going to be on the same level as you, but we all have our own path. We all have our own timeline to get there. Do you know what I mean? We all heal differently. We all have different outlooks of the world, our different personalities and all that. Even though we're all connected and we're all one, we have individual personalities, right? So we all make different choices along our path. Like sometimes you just, this person goes on that path and you come on this path. You know what I mean? You have to take this path alone, is what I just heard. Yeah. Okay. So purple helps with eyesight, hearing, and bringing back a sense of smell, clears mental complexes, negativity, and inflammation, and aids with rheumatism, pain, and the healing of bones, creating a connection between mind, body, and soul. No joke. Purple also brings positivity and success. Use purple to clear your mind and let go of negativity. Okay, so there's a way to do this. There's like a little ceremony thing if you're interested. So I'm just going to read this quickly. It's mental clarity. Light a purple candle. Yeah. And focus your attention on it. Become aware of any negative thoughts or feelings you are experiencing, saying each aloud as you burn the candle. Imagine the negativity being consumed by the flame of the candle. Then say the following statement: Divine intelligence, please delete this negative thought from my mind, my body, and my energy field. Now focus on creating a positive state of mind. Stay positive. Affirmations that can help you feel more inspired and peaceful in your life. Say, Divine Spirit, please install thoughts of feelings and clarity, peace and gratitude. Look at that. Keep practicing this exercise until your mind is purified of all negativity. Okay. So you can like pause the video and write down those instructions. I'm telling you, like this stuff, it really does help and it really does work. I mean, this is the mystery that you're going to find because you're going to be leaving all this behind. This awakening that's happened to you, and see, it's the peacock too. And the peacock is all about being who you truly are with all the beauty and power that you possess. And believe you me, like I can pull out these cards and, you're probably thinking like, wow, check this chick out or this old lady out, like check her out. But this isn't something like I've just always had my crown chakra open. You know what I mean? Like I've always been able to deliver messages. This is just something I've been born to do. And I've only been doing the cards for like just a little over a year. But um once you start your awakening process, it's like step one, you know what I mean? Just because I'm a little bit more advanced, it's just because I've been practicing and working my mental clarity and like honing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I've known I've been able to do like different and odd, weird things, right? So if you can work with the purple cup, and purple is also represents the crown chakra. I see a lot of purple beaming off of this peacock too, like all around her aura. Yeah, it's her aura. Exactly, spirit. All right. Whew, that was a lot. Okay, so what do you want here? Look at that. I split it on your path and it split twice. Invite help. Yes, because when you're suffering into this kind of pain, you need to call in Archangel Michael, Raphael, and Saint Germain. You call in those three. Yeah, I just realized that the mystery is all about purple too. Okay, so your path here is, dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. See, and there's that ideation again, like you're going, like uh, you're finding your path. You're leaving this ideation behind and the illusions and the fear of something different because, we never know what is in front of us. The fear of being alone, the fear of being isolated, you know, and you have like this chameleon here, and chameleons are people are like, they're able to adapt to their environment. They're able to blend in. They're able to hide who they truly are. But now it's like, it's time. There's no way that you can continue the old ways because the new way has come. Look at that. It just split again. I didn't even realize it's the loss. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make a passionate invitation for love to take over and bring her own plan instead of the ego's. That's because of like when you get into the pain and the hurt. Once you get into that heart chakra, that loss can really, you know, disrupt your peace and, make you feel so unloved. But you see this dove. This dove is from the higher realms. Yeah, they want to, see all this binding. They want to free you. No longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. Yeah, you need that freedom. The loss of the love. You need the freedom because, the dove is upside down here, and you notice that they have the dove again. Okay, spirit, invite the help. Yeah. So invite the divine to pursue you seriously. Just say, I am finally ready. God, pursue me. And because some of us here, I mean, I'm the first to admit, I mean, I had to be taken to my knees. I honestly did. I had to lose literally everything. I lost everything. My home, my family, my car. I was literally on my knees, and I was on my knees with my hands like just like this. And I'm just like, okay, I surrender. What is it that you want me to do? Because no matter what I try to do, or what I feel I should do, or being forced to do, or being stuck in this, you know, you have to give everything to your family, you have to do everything for everyone else. Like, I was doing all of that. And then I was just like taken to my knees with, you know, tower after tower, awakening after awakening. Like, and it was just like boom, 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 boom for me. It's like it literally, the harder I tried to squeeze, hold and hold on tight, it just poured through my fingers anyway, no matter what I did, until I finally surrendered and just literally collapsed and said, okay, where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? I'm yours. Show me the way. Because I've had this special gift my entire life, and I hid it, and I pretended it wasn't there a lot of the times. Though I knew it was, like deep down, I knew, like, I mean, there was just too many things that happened that could not be explained any other way. Look, and on the bottom of that is your worth. This is where you need to find your worth. You have been worthy to belong, to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Exactly, because you feel like you don't have that love, but you know what? That's what this is going to do. The way people um, made you feel that, or you're being felt like right now. This is how you're feeling, that you don't, you're not worthy of that love, or their love. They just weren't the ones that, you learned everything you could, and now it's time. Like, that's what the tower was. Like, honestly, I had a lot of towers within a very short period of my life, and it was a very, very hard place to come from. Yeah, it was a delusion. I was living some kind of an illusion and a delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Yeah, because your brain doesn't want to accept that this is really like it's the end. Like, this cycle has come completed. We got the tower here, we have the temperance here, we have the awakening. That's three major arcanas here. Well, four actually, if you include the lovers. Yeah. And that's what I was talking about, like that surrender. I finally had to just be like, I had to just surrender. And that, I think, is what you need to do too. You just need to finally just surrender and just allow. Okay, spirit. What else? Is there anything else here? Whoa. Sorry, I just dropped a bunch of cards. They want me to pull out this deck here. Okay. Spirit. Look at that. I was just about to tell you too, like, Isis was on the bottom when I picked up the deck. Reclaiming magic, call back your power, and what is rightfully yours. Yeah. The purple, working with the purple and your clarity, seeing your perception, your truth. See, the truth, the more you live your truth, the more you speak your truth, the easier it is going to be for you to move forward. Because breaking, oh my goodness, look at this: divine mission, enlightened action, make choices from the heart, right? Because When you're speaking from your heart, that's your truth. That's where all your truth is. And it helps you find your self-worth. Like, it helps, see, just because you were rejected from this situation, it's hard to not take it personally. And look, and there's healing light underneath that green Terra. It's hard not to take it personally, but it's really about lessons that you have to learn, lessons that you had to teach other people, and now they need to go on their path and you need to go on yours. And I'm not saying that that path will not re-emerge back and become one again and you reconnect with these people. um I mean, I don't know that, because if I was doing a personal reading, I could probably um tune into that. But because this is a collective reading, this is like what's happening to a lot of people, masses of people. And it's because you guys are all like these, you have this like blueprint in you, because you have this like ancient being type. And you might not believe it at the time, but you run on a different frequency. You're like on the frequency of bees, and bees are like healers. Like, bees they use for healing, right? The honey is like healing. And like, even honey, does it lasts for, I think they found honey that was like 10,000 years old or something insane. And it was still good, just like as if it was made by the bees like 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's all this healing light. They're going to bring you this healing light. Yeah, heightened awareness comes right out underneath that. But there's a divine, there's a reason why this has come in as hard as it has, like to bring in this awakening. But it's this balance. You need to get yourself balanced again, because there's a path that you're supposed to be on. Yeah, sacred vessel and heightened awareness is what's coming out. You have Mary Magdalene. She's right next to Jesus. She's probably like his most beloved disciple. Oh my goodness. This almost seems like it's connected to the last reading that I did. They're going to have me connect these two readings together, because this is for people that are really going through a lot of suffering, but it's also triggered an awakening. And that's really what it was for. And it was so that you could learn your worth, and they can give you these stones to help, like the stone here, the onyx, to help you. And the using the color purple, you can just wear the color purple. Even you wear purple underwear, nobody would even know. Carry a purple button. um okay, Spirit, is that all? One more. What's that? Okay. Oh, shoot, things are, yeah, your life is like crashing down around you. Exactly what's happening here. Okay, so they asked me to pull out this here. My throat chakra, this is something I think you've kept quiet about for a long time, because my throat chakra has been acting up through this whole reading. Okay. Hold on here. I am. Okay, Spirit, what is it that you want this group to know? Look at that. That looks like it's about balance and yin and yang there. Let's find out. Oh, what's the number? Sorry. 34. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, and you know what's funny too, because the number 35 popped out and I pushed it back in. And I just opened it to 35. What does that say? Protective prayerfulness. Prayer is a powerful practice. You know what? That's like I was saying here, invite that help, like that surrender. Okay, was that 34? My goodness. Number 34, yeah. Number 34. The universe wants to help. Look at that. And it comes right out on invite the help, too. Oh, yeah, spirit. Okay, here we go. Being honest with yourself about your suffering is an act of wisdom. It doesn't mean that you are weak or insufficiently enlightened, or that you or anyone else has to become a martyr to your suffering. When you acknowledge that something isn't right in your world, you set a healing process in motion. The universe is not sitting idly by, twiddling its massive cosmic thumbs, entertained by our struggles. It is a loving, interactive, responsive, and intelligent presence that holds the space for our suffering with tremendous compassion, gentleness, and peacefulness, whilst raging and aching along with us in our suffering. The moment we are open to receive spiritual intervention, the universe is ready to leap forth with bold and helpful inventiveness. There is no judgment of your suffering. There is only goodwill and skillfulness that wishes to flow towards you and show you the way beyond suffering. Be with what you feel for as long as you need while remaining firm in your faith that it can and will heal as soon as you are ready. Holy sweet. Because, you got the healing light here, but the healing on your journey. Oh, I think you should be writing in a journal. And it's going to be, why did I say it so your journalry? I don't even know how to repeat that word, but it's like, you're going to, they want you to document your healing. They want you to they want you to journal your journey. They want you to write in your journal about your journey, about your awakening process. That's really cool because I did that too. You're really an amazing being that you've never considered yourself to be before. But I think if you look back and think back, like silence your mind and think back to moments where I think you've had instances of like deja vus and you thought were coincidences, but they're not. I don't believe in any coincidence. Coincidence is not a thing. They just make you think that so that you won't think deeper. You won't look deeper. Wow. This is the mystery they want you to discover. Oh my God, spirit. They want you to discover what's in your intuition. Your intuition is going to lead you. You're going to have like the sense of these animals. Like you have the beauty of the peacock. You have the voice, and peacocks are really loud too. So, like they're really expressing about your voice. And, even though you have the bat there, the bat is silent, right? And it uses its sonar, it uses its intuition. And you're like stealthy like a cat, but you're strong like a zebra, like a horse type. Like you're resilient like a goat here. Like you're able to adapt like a chameleon. Like you're ancient like a tortoise, the oldest land creature I think in the world. I think you can vibrate with this frequency of the bees. And your truth is in your heart. So just make all the choices from your heart. Your healing is a journey. It really is. And even this card talks about that, about the universe wants to help. And then it has invite help. Holy man, this is like protective playfulness. Prayer is a powerful practice. There is no need to worry about saying the right words, coming up with a special formula, or having a certain set of beliefs to comply with others. To pray, simply speak from your heart and ask the divine, just like I was talking about, like just, speak your truth from your heart. Whatever whatever you conceive this to be, for assistance. No joke. This oracle encourages you to pray. You may not know what you are supposed to pray for, but the act of prayer will serve you now and is more important than what you are praying for. A prayer that all beings receive the help they need when they need is always a good prayer. The act of prayer compels you to make contact with your inner being. The spiritual field generated by your prayer will protect you from distortions and distractions, keeping you connected to your true path and personhood. That's the truth in your heart. It also it also helps every other being through the increased spiritual presence. You have more spiritual influence than you realize. Don't be afraid to put it to its best uses. Like I said, you have a frequency higher. You have a healing thing. Wow, that's amazing, Spirit. Truly amazing. Okay, so that's all I have with this reading today. I think that's all Spirit wants you to know at this time. But I am going to link the other video because this seems like, you're anyone that has found this reading, you're somebody like me. You might not believe that. You might not believe it, but I'm telling you, if you're here, if you found this, this is for real. This is for you. And with that, I'm going to close the reading. I'm going to send you all my love and light. If you've made it to the end of this video or this reading and you really resonated with it, hit the like button, the share, and subscribe, and the notification bell. And you'll receive more insight for your process of healing and growth and awakenings, and help you uncover the mystery and all the things. So, with that, I'm going to send you all my love, like I said, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.